How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten spot in London by Providence, impoverished and squalor, grow up to be a hero and a scholar?
Well, he does it with a spoonful. The sugar helps the medicine go down. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. That's it. We got Mary Poppins here.
Hey guys, we're back for another Kaiju cinematic destruction. And of course, if you haven't figured it out, we're doing Mary Poppins. So let's get into this spoonful of sugar.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go, let's all go, let's all go to the lobby.
So you've been off filling the children's heads with stuff and nonsense.
You've forgotten what it's like to be a child.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible. Off we go.
Somebody came up to me and told me that they will be doing a Mary Poppins sequel 54 years after the original. First thing I tell them is, why are you talking to me in my room right there? Second thing I'd say is, they're crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how they would do that, but then it makes sense because, Mary Poppins was written by P.L. Travers, and she's actually written multiple Mary Poppins movies. And of course, if you saw Saving Mr. Banks with Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson,
Which I didn't.
Right. They go into the history of having Disney produce Mary Poppins. So after that, she did not want another Mary Poppins done. So I kind of am with you with like, how could you do a sequel to Mary Poppins? But yeah. Disney,
in their infinite wisdom of doing remakes and random sequels out of nowhere, years and years and sometimes decades down the line, they did it. And honestly,
they did it well.
This surprised the hell out of me because so Disney does this weird thing with their marketing by virtually showing you nothing about the movie. Pretty much nothing. You knew Meryl. You knew Meryl Streep was in it,
right? Okay, so if you pay attention to the previews as you're watching TV, if you just happen to catch Mary Poppins Returns, if you pay attention to the previews, they literally show you nothing of what's going to happen in the movie. You just see snippets, and I mean, because it's like a whole host of surprises in that movie that you are not aware of because they do not preview that.
Yeah, they give you nothing to work on. You know who's in the movie.
Right. You know certain people.
You know certain people. And even then, that's still a surprise.
Yeah.
They make sure not to even show you a melody of the new songs. And there are plenty of new songs in this movie. And like I went in expecting absolutely nothing out of this at all whatsoever.
Well, yeah, because of Beauty and the Beast and Jungle Book.
Jungle Book was okay. Jungle Book was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But you got movies like Maleficent, you had the Cinderella.
Well, Maleficent was okay. Oh God, Cinderella could just go.
And then you had Beauty and the Beast, and how many other live action remakes have we done?
I think that's it so far.
So far, because we have Aladdin on the horizon. We got Lion King on the horizon.
Yeah, we'll get into that though.
Yeah. But this one, which is, again, it's not a remake.
No.
So it's a sequel. It's definitely a sequel. And from the very moment that the screen pops on and we get Lin-Manuel Miranda singing the first few notes, it really kind of takes you back to 1964. It really takes you back to the original Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
And they made sure they could have easily rested on their laurels and just said straight up, we're just going to do it note for note, beat for beat, basically a Mary Poppins movie that you remember. But they really worked the nostalgia in a good way.
They did. What I was going to say was you were absolutely right, Dee. They did. But they also, if you actually pay attention to the movie, if you are familiar with Gene Kelly and a lot of his choreography and what he's good, this is my nerdism coming in.
Nerd out.
My nerdism. Get over it, people. Anyways, if you are familiar with Gene Kelly and his choreography, you see a lot of that remnants in this movie. Like, I was ready to crawl out of my skin because I thought I was seeing Gene Kelly choreographing these moves.
Yeah.
Like, that's how awesome this was. Like, it really took you back to the golden age of Hollywood and what they did to grasp people's attention to want to come see the movie. It literally did that.
Oh yeah, this movie definitely takes your attention and holds it for the entire runtime. Emily Blunt did an amazing job as Mary Poppins. Like she had a lot of that mysticism, that
oh yeah,
that and a lot of that snark. The timing that she had on some of the most smarmy and snarky comments that she made her feel organic and at the same time kind of otherworldly.
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty sure she had like a lot of pressure because Julie Andrews also like knocked Mary Poppins
knocked it out the park.
So when they, of course, remade Mary Poppins, I was like, well, who the hell?
Well, sequel.
Well, sequel.
Yeah.
But still, who the hell could go with Julie Andrews?
Yeah. Well, Emily did a great job.
She did a hell of a job.
She maintained a lot of her dialogue and never felt like it was just mean-spirited.
No.
It could have easily been mean-spirited with some of the stuff that she said, but it just kind of makes you feel like she was more endearing. She was very endearing in her role. She
kind of
just
like
killed
Rich
it.
Asians, where the mom
was
like giving you
just
a compliment,
dissing.
But then giving you an insult. So you're just kind of like, what? Okay, should I say thank you or should I be offended?
She was straight up sneak dissing throughout this whole movie.
Oh yeah, she did a lot of that.
It was funny as hell. Lin-Manuel Miranda also. Oh my God.
Hamilton,
this man is a national treasure. Do not let him go.
No.
Do not. Because like everybody's, we're obsessed with freaking Hamilton. Every time we have to drive up to Chicago, there's a leg that we have to go from one station to the next where like all we have to do is just throw on the whole Hamilton soundtrack and we memorize virtually every damn song. And the reason why we did is because driving through Illinois is a bitch fest. A major bitch fest.
Major bitch
I hate
fest.
that. I hate it because it's just flat and nothingness and farm.
Yeah.
So no, we don't like it.
But if you pop on Hamilton, you will be in
makes it
Chicago
easier.
in no time.
You'll be in Chicago in no time and you won't fall asleep.
No.
Because Jesus Christ. But anyway, Lin-Manuel Miranda not only did a great job singing and of course acting, his choreography was...
I told you, Gene Kelly.
Oh my God.
Did he write some of these songs?
I don't know, but there's a song where I'm pretty sure
like
he pinned a verse because it was very, very
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It was very him. It was very him. And it didn't feel like he was just like a guy inserted into the position. He took this role.
He took all of this role.
But the story is actually pretty good because honestly, I have to say this is probably going to be a hot take. I like this story much better than I did the original Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I like it just a little bit more.
I don't know. I'm kind of, because I love the original. So I think it's kind of up there with the original. Like, I don't think anything else
can touch it.
Can touch that.
Okay.
Because I just think they matched it perfectly. No. And this easily could have been a disaster movie that you were just like. It could have been like another FU movie like Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, it could have been.
It could have easily been that, but it was not.
Now for me, I liked the original. I liked the first Mary Poppins. I didn't love it as much as her, but I liked it. It was fun. You had a nice songs. You had a great singing, great dancing. You had a lot of visuals that just captivated the imagination. With this one, you got all of that, and I felt like you had a better story.
Yeah.
Just a slightly better story because it felt like, okay, it's the Banks children. They're trying to bring that childhood wonder back to their father, so he's less uptight, and I get it, but this one actually has a little bit more of a plot. There's a lot of more action set pieces that raises the stakes. There was no real stakes in the first one. It was just like...
Well, and I think the first one, of course, it was 1964, so they were just in the, I guess in the probably premature is the wrong word to use, but they were in the beginning stages of doing what we're doing today.
Oh yeah, no,
which is probably why you feel that way.
Oh yeah, no, it's not a knock to it.
I'm not
knocking it.
I know it's not, because what I really appreciated with this movie was they continued on with the bank children.
Oh yeah,
it's no new shit.
Yeah, this is
it's just a continuation.
54 years, and it feels like. I mean, of course you're not going to have the actors because, like, virtually everybody's dead.
Right, because it was 1964 and this is 2018.
Yeah. But still, it feels almost perfectly seamless between Mary Poppins and this one here.
And where they picked up, yes.
And they
just literally picked up from where they left off in the first.
Oh, yeah. You okay over there?
Yes. Excuse me.
You good? Need some water?
No, we're good.
Yeah, but like, as we said, there's more of a story here. In fact, we actually have in the first one we didn't have a villain. We had like
actually you kind of did. The bank was the villain. The bank was the villain.
Yeah,
because Mr. Banks. Well, and Mr. Banks was he was sort of the villain, but sort of not the villain.
I mean, like he was the subject of them trying to he was who they were trying to fix.
Right.
And I guess you could say the bank is the villain because they're taking his villain. So okay.
Because the bank was the villain in the first one, and they just continued that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like now we have an actual personable villain
versus in the first one.
Then just this amorphous. Yeah. It's the bank. It's they're collectively the bad guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the story right now where what's his name? One of the first Michael Banks.
Yeah, Michael and Jane.
Yeah, Michael and Jane have grown up. They Michael has 3 kids. Of course, the wife has fallen victim to the Disney syndrome where she's dead. Of course. But wife's gone. He's got 3 kids. He's trying to raise them. He's an artist now.
Yeah, he's an artist now, but he still sort of works for his dad's bank.
Sort of.
But we'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there. We're not going to go into too much detail because it almost feels like the more we speak about this movie, even in the smallest, slightest stuff, you start to piece together kind of everything. Because again, we went into this. Excuse me. We went to this super dry. All we knew was who was in the movie, and that was about it. The musical numbers. Oh my God. Again, I thought I would get annoyed. I thought this was going to be on some Quest for Camelot kind of shit.
No, that's why I said Golden Age cinema.
Oh yeah.
It felt like Golden Age cinema.
It really did.
Gene Kelly. Watch a couple of Gene Kelly's movies, like American in Paris. Singing in the Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that. If you watch that and compare that to
really feels
Mary
like
Poppins Returns, holy shit.
It almost feels like they captured what they were trying to capture in La La Land.
Probably.
And what they failed.
They probably were.
But like they succeeded in this one. They definitely did.
Super succeeded.
I was just caught up in the choreography. I was caught up in the singing.
You don't get bored at all. Like there's
not a break.
No.
There's not a break between not a major break between songs because everything is either Mary Poppins snarkiness or you learn a few things through songs, and there's like miniature little moments where you start to learn more about the characters, but it's basically like a travel.
Eggs. Yeah,
there are a lot of Easter eggs in here. You have to pay attention to this movie.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention to this movie because they will sneak things through that, like, even now I'm sitting here going, wait, that was her? Yeah. There's a lot of that going on in this. Really, there's not a lot more to be said because again, the more we speak about this,
the more you'll piece together, and we don't want you to piece together.
We don't want that to happen. So you know what? I think this I think it's that time. I think it's that time, and we have to just go straight to the score. Daria.
Okay, this is what I was gonna do because I was getting a little annoyed. It said Meryl Streep was in this movie. I couldn't find her for a while. Then I thought she was just walking by as a snippet part. That was gonna get 4 stars. But then I actually saw Meryl Streep and I calmed down and got unupset. So we're going back to 5 stars.
Okay, you give it a cool 5.
Because Meryl Streep.
Oh, she
is a
was
legend.
great. She was great.
I mean, this woman is she over 70?
I don't know. We can find out in a
I
second.
have no idea, but whatever the hell she has going on, I want to be her when I grow up.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Holy crap!
First of all, how you gonna steal a whole damn show when you like in there for one scene?
Thank you. It's Meryl Streep. That's all I can say. It's
Like,
Meryl Streep.
She ain't 70 yet. She's 69.
I mean, but
Nice.
holy shit!
Yeah. She ain't there, but she absolutely
Legend.
killed it. She absolutely killed it.
Legend. That's why she's a legend.
I love this movie. I don't think it's a completely perfect movie, but I love this movie.
Oh my god! Because okay, well, you'll be nitpicking. But
I'm not
understand.
nitpicking. I'm not nitpicking.
No, you have to because there's really nothing more. Like I said, I had to start nitpicking.
Yeah, no, I got this. Hold on one second, because like we got to the end. The only kind of issue that I had with the end was like it kind of dragged as the ending happened, but it kind of needed to a little bit, because I looked over and saw my sister like tears streaming down her face.
Oh my god, you're just gonna call people out? Like
Yes,
that,
I'm
dude?
calling you out.
Because you were like wet faced and snot. Like
Oh,
Viola
don't
Davis.
tell that
Yes,
lie.
You were.
Don't
yes,
tell
you
that
were.
lie.
Snot flakes
I
like Viola
was
Davis
fighting.
with snot,
See, I'm willing
trying
to
win an
admit.
Academy Award. That's how you looked.
I'm willing to admit that I was fighting back tears like a
you
motherfucker.
weren't fighting. They were there.
They
you
were
weren't
not there.
fighting.
They
there
were
was snot,
not
like
there.
Viola Davis trying to get the Academy. There was snot. You had snot.
The ending tugged hard at your heartstrings, but it didn't cheap out. It didn't try to make you cry by making you feel sad.
No.
These were happy fucking tears.
Yeah, I think they were
These
more
were
memorable
happy tears. These were happy tears.
Yeah, these are more memorable tears.
Like it felt like you got that emotion primarily because you're seeing something on screen that is so faithful to the original, and it harkened back to your childhood years when you first saw the first movie. B, you saw the story come to a head, and C, it just everything, just the sheer joy on screen towards the end just hits you in your chest. And I was willing to drop my score because of the way it dragged to that point. But because it hit the mark so sure.
And you got snot.
Woman, I have to give it 5 stars.
Yeah.
I was going to go 4, but I have to give it 5 stars because of how emotional it made you. But my only issue with this movie, and just with the whole story behind Mary Poppins, what did the Banks family do to summon this weird umbrella demon to their freaking family? Like, no. Hear me out. Hear me out real quick. They are in their version of the Great Depression at this time. You telling me that some other kids don't need some Mary Poppins help? Nope, it's straight to the Banks family. She's a demon.
She is not. She
is a demon.
You're overreacting. Okay, we're
I am
done.
not overreacting.
Yes,
She
we
is
are.
a demon.
No, she's not.
She is doing some weird shit with that bag flying around, making you see furries everywhere. She's a demon.
Kaiju out.
Watch yourself.
Kaiju out. Bye.